Hey guys, I'm back here with another quick video. I'm working down my shed today here because it's just extremely hot outside. It's about 95 degrees outside today, outside in the heat, and we have zero wind blowing out there as well too. So I thought I'd do a quick video here today for you guys. And what we have today here is a quite old Honda lawnmower. This is a non-self-propelled Honda lawnmower. This machine, I believe it's at least 35, 40 years old, possibly. Because we worked on one of these here about a year ago, and the machine was, I think it was built in like the late 1980s here specifically for that. So we'll give you a shot of the whole machine here specifically for that. There you go. There's the front of the machine. Good old Honda HR194. It has the PX designation in front of the deck down there. And we'll give you a shot of the serial number and model number here as well too in the back of the deck. So here you go. There's the model number specifically on the tag right there. HR194 with a JN designation on the gray portion, the silver portion, whatever we want to call it, or JN. HR194. And the serial number is on the other side, on the left side, right here. Wipe it off here a bit so you can zoom in here for you guys. Get that done there for you. There you go. 1271582. So this machine, from what I was told by the person who brought it over here, they told me it was supposedly sitting for at least a decade outside, and it was basically sitting under some guy's, I think you want to call it like a tarp or something like that, sitting outside under some kind of a tarp, but it wasn't out in any kind of direct like snow or sunlight or something else. It was just sitting out like wrapped up in a big big tarp outside. And the machine was given to the guy because his uncle, I guess, passed away or something like that, and he no longer needed it. And what we found on here, it needs quite a bit of work on here. The actual cables on here are totally shot. Somebody bent them right here. They're just totally screwed up. You have your handle up here. This thing functions, however, it's not connected to the cable at all up there for that, so this thing needs to be the actual cable needs to be replaced up here, I should say. Sorry about that. And the bell control for the blade stop up here, this thing does work up here, however it's not going freely. See, it's going all the way down, but it won't, it should basically pop back like so, and it's not popping back at all. So that thing needs to be cleaned up on there, new cables on there. And the biggest thing we found on here was the actual carburetor itself on here. The whole intake air track on this machine, it was totally filled with this weird substance down inside here. I'll show you it all right here. Here's the air intake gasket for the intake air box right here for that. It's full of this crap right here, this stuff right here. It's like a tan, powdery substance. I don't know if it's old ethanol. They just basically got dried up, but the whole intake tract is full of it right here. You can see on the bottom of the plate down there as well too. Here's the carb taken apart, and that's no joke. That's down inside of the carb right there. The carb bowl is totally screwed up down there. See all that stuff down inside? They're totally screwed up. Here's all the powder. It looks like it's totally like a rust brown, like a rust red brown color right there for that. That's the carb. And that's at least 10 years of never being used right there for that. It's totally screwed up and varnished up. Here's the front portion of the carburetor as well too. We did I did have to spray Aerocryl to get this thing off on the machine, because it was just totally stuck on there, wouldn't come off at all. So that's what the carb looks like after sitting for at least a decade. Covered up in some kind of a tarp out there for that. It's totally destroyed. So it's going to need a new carb on there, new intake gaskets. Or I should say one intake gasket, because this one's still okay. The gas cap, I should mention we should replace that one specifically because of two reasons. The first reason is, I'll show you right here. These older machines, they have a gas cap lip on the bottom here, guys. You have this big rubber O-ring down inside here. What happens is your gas cap right here, put it down on top here, and it squeezes against that rubber cap right, the lip on it. This one's totally destroyed because it's like all cracked. And what happens is when you squeeze it down on top here, a little bit of these pieces come off, and they want to sit up on top of the actual gas cap, and they might want to fall down inside your gas tank right here as well too, because he does have black pieces down inside the gas tank down there. There's black little chunks down inside there for that. So it's always advisable to take the cover off, take the whole cover off, replace the gas cap, and replace this rubber, O-ring seal around the base here as well too, to do that, to keep it from having a kind of debris falling down inside there. Plus the other thing is he does need a new pull rope on here. This thing doesn't want to go down. You need no pull rope, or I should say pull cord, or the handle on here. I should say, sorry about that. The thing's broke right here on the one side. Looks like somebody just cracked it off. I don't know what the heck they did, but it is cracked off on her for that. And they definitely did break it off there for that, so it is broke. I think it need to be replaced. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. The carburetor on here as well too. Carb needs to be replaced. The air filter doesn't look too bad. Take a look at it right here. The air filter looks okay. Doesn't look like it was eaten through by any kind of mice or rats or anything else like that. So the air filter looks okay. The biggest thing that concerns me right now is the actual intake tract on there for that. I'll show you that here right now. Then just flip this thing up in the air. Get that tank back on there. Okay, here we go. Intake tract, there you go. It's full of this white substance on here, like I told you before. You got all this chalky white crap all down inside here, guys. It's coming right out. You can see it right on my finger right there. All that white substance coming right out of there. Let me see if I can put something down inside to get some of that stuff out. Let me see if I can put this on here. Here we go. All this crap right down inside here. There you go. See, it almost looks like pot or some kind of a baking flour or something down inside there. It is what it is, guys. So that's what it is. The whole intake tract is absolutely full of it down inside there. We're basically going to call up the customer and see what they want to do, and give them the good and bad news about the machine, and go from there for that, because we honestly don't know what's going to happen if we put a new carb on here. What we can do is try to clean out the intake, intake runner right there for the intake manifold and the cylinder head right here. But the only way to really flush that out is to try to put some gasoline down inside there, or put some Aerocryl or some kind of a intake cleaner in and try to flush it out and see if it comes out there, hopefully. And by doing that, it might be salvageable for the machine's repairs. So if the customer doesn't want the job done, we won't make a follow-up video. If they do get it done, we'll do a follow-up video specifically for that aspect of the machine, so you have some kind of point to go on for reference points as well too. So anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot about this machine here, feel free to leave me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible with some kind of a basic troubleshooting or help regarding a machine similar to this. Or if the machine was sitting outside, for like this one was, like it was sitting outside, but the whole thing was covered up in a big tarp out there for that. So that's why the machine does not have any kind of serious rust problems on top of the the engine shroud right there as well too, guys. So anybody has any questions, as you just drop me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.